The gun will still fire though, so that's why I targeted the gun. Then I targeted the gun with my Puma too. You're gonna kind of have to have quick fingers to do that, but it overshot, killed the tram, and now my Puma's dead. T-34 fired back. I'm swarming it with infantry too because I really want to take that point. I've taken the right hand side of the point and managed to hold it against that T-34, which I am still firing at. Now that it's knocked out, I just want to shell it until it blows up because, you know, the more you fire at it, the weaker the armor gets. And but then I set my AT gun to only return fire because I figured I probably wasn't going to punch through the T-34 and I didn't want to make it mad, so I was just going to leave it alone for a while and wait for something else to show up. My mortar continues to shell and my mortar is doing a good job, but nothing else is doing a good job. It is just like a slaughter fest in the middle, so I buy another Pack 40 to see if I can take the T-34. I want to set up some firing lines with my AT guns. This is something I do quite a bit. Just set up AT guns, boom, hit the turret, see? Nail the turret, and the tank is much less of a threat. Plus you kill one of the tank crewmen. You do that enough, and the tank crewmen keep going up into the turret to man it, and you keep shooting through and they all die, and soon you have a tank that's empty, kind of like an empty can of beans, and just like an empty can of beans you can occupy it and live in it and use it for your own, like a hermit crab. I wonder if hermit crabs ever use cans or anything. Maybe they probably just use shells. I don't know. Science experiment time, guys. You do that. I'll keep making videos. I might not. I probably won't have time. You know, it's a long story. But apparently my Pack 40 got shot at some point, but it's alive. It just, the shield is damaged. I'm not really sure what happens when you damage any part of an AT gun other than the barrel or the wheels. I know if you damage the wheels, it can't turn, I think, or move. I'm not really sure. If you damage the barrel, it's not going to fire until you repair that. But I don't know what happens when you damage the shield or you damage the little leg things on the back. Like, they can be damaged. They turn red every once in a while, but I don't know what happens. So this is time number like 8 or something of sending a squad of submachine gunners to the middle, trying to capture this battle flag zone point area location. But it's actually it is working, isn't it? It looks like it's working. This is payback mode, so when my people die I will get the points back, but it takes quite a bit of time for you to get your full points back, so you can't just throw them into the meat grinder like I'm doing. That was my mortar taking out 3 of my own men. You know, that's life. I don't really care. And apparently stuff is blowing up. I don't even know what the heck is going on. I have lost the right. I don't have the middle. Do I have the middle? I can't even tell. Stuff is blowing up. And I'm looking over here because he has just bought a Jagdpanzer. Yes, thank you. He has bought a tank destroyer. That's a very expensive one. He's probably saving up for that for a while. I don't know. I don't hold grudges. Hey, he took the point on the left. Holy crap. So at this point, my ally is doing better than me, although to be fair, he's not fighting on 2 fronts, and also he sucks. So I'm not being very fair. I guess it's being fair. It's treating someone fair if you tell them they suck and they suck. That T-34 just blew up my AT gun, so I have my Puma firing at it. Why do I have my Puma firing at it? I don't know. That was a bad idea, so of course I'm moving my Puma now. And another squad of submachine gunners. You can buy better infantry than submachine gun infantry. You can buy Fallschirmjägers. They have submachine guns, and they also have FG-42s, which I don't know what those are. Assault rifles, semi-submachine guns, bumper cars. But yeah, Fallschirmjägers better than submachine gunners, but quite a lot more expensive. They come with AT Panzerfaust, and they come with all sorts of ammo and stuff, so they're very expensive. And they do run faster, but they don't have them, and they're better with their guns and stuff, but it's not a huge, well, it's a pretty big difference, but it's not worth it. You still get 6 guys, but you pay like 3 times the price. Stormtroopers, you pay 4 times the price almost. Okay, it's more like 3, I guess. You still get 6 people. They wear body armor, and they carry legitimate assault rifles, and those are pretty badass, but I still pretty much prefer, for most of the time, submachine gunners. What actually, that's not completely true. The way my philosophy works is submachine gunners and to a lesser extent riflemen are for the beginning of the game when you don't have any other choice. Duh. And for the middle of the game and the late part of the game when you don't have a secure hold on someplace, you're assaulting it and you expect there's going to be a whole lot of casualties, you expect maybe the entire squad's going to die, you want to overwhelm the opponent in numbers, or you want to probe every location. You don't really know what's out there, or you know what's out there and you know it's going to kill you, and you really just need to make attacks on all sides right now, and you know people are going to die. Fallschirmjägers and stormtroopers are good for 2 things. They're good for special missions, like you have some sort of thing, look, I need to get behind enemy lines, I need to take out this mortar, I need to kill this squad of men, and then I need to, I don't know, steal their pornography or something like that. And stormtroopers, Fallschirmjägers, both very good for that. Fallschirmjägers good if you want to sprint there and you want to I don't know, if you want to sprint there. Stormtrooper is very good if you want to do quite a bit of combat, or you're expecting quite a bit of combat. That's really the big difference between the two. But they're also good if you're setting up defenses for a place and you want just strong people who are going to last. Boom! Second armored car. Keeps driving too, and then veers off into a hill. See, that's cool. They're good if you know that your opponent is going to throw themselves into the slaughterhouse and you want quantity or quality over quantity, because two submachine gunners versus one stormtrooper, they're about as good as defending a point. Maybe two submachine gunners better, but they're not going to last as long. They'll die easier. Whereas a stormtrooper, he'll probably defend the point for a while. And they're good for when you know what you're getting into, because if you know under what circumstances you're going to die and you're not going to die, you can buy stormtroopers or Fallschirmjägers, and they'll serve you very well because they'll work a lot better for everything you do with them. So if you're going to if you're going to be paying a lot of attention to your units and you don't expect them to just die instantly, then submachine gun is maybe not the best for the job. Get something better. So I buy a truck to resupply my mortar. It ran out of shells amazingly, so he's got 100 things. Unfortunately, the truck went to the special resupply school because he ran over the mortar and managed to kill one of the men. Now the mortar is sideways. I don't know what the heck is wrong with it, so I sort of set it up, I unset it up, and then I decrew it, and then I recrew it, and that seems to do the trick. So the truck sacrifices one of its members to make up for the grave injustice it has caused, and nobody ever talks about it again. Okay, that's how the German army works. It's hush-hush as long as the mortar has 100 shells to fire again. So it's very rare that you see a mortar run out of shells. That's either because it's very well placed or because your opponent's too stupid to kill it. In this case, I think it might be both. Maybe it might be both. And then they win because my ally sucks.